Sport and physical activity are really two of the pillars of our health. And we need to make use of this enjoyable activity, so we can do sport outside, and also when we're on holiday. Then we're usually more relaxed when we're on holiday, and we often have more time to be active. Today we're going to talk about a series of products in the Lean and Fit pack. These are products which can help us to do sport, whether it's professional sport or amateur sport. So we can do the sport that we most enjoy. So, when we're talking about sporting performance, we're not just talking about professional athletes. We talk about sporting performance also to refer to a sport that we just do for fun. So, but what do we mean by sporting performance? It means that we can make the most of our bodies, get the most of ourselves, so that we can, beat our records if we're doing it professionally, but also if we do the sport for fun, for enjoyment, well, we want to feel less tired. We want to be able to enjoy the sport more. Because very often in our day-to-day lives, we're quite stressed. We've got a lot of things we have to do. And so when we actually do exercise, we're often really tired and we don't even feel like it. Now, everything we're going to look at in this webinar is about just that. It's about being able to have the best tools to improve our performance. And that's, applies to whether it's a professional sport or whether it's a sport we just do as an amateur. Now we have a set of 3 cogs in this concept of sporting performance. Of course, we have training, which is fundamental. This is the time that we spend doing the sport, doing this exercise, this physical activity, or for enjoyment or to improve. That's a proper organized training. But then, what's also important is food, nutrition, because that helps us to make the best of ourselves during this training. Now, if we're not getting the right nutrients and getting the right energy, well, we're not going to be able to train very well, are we? We won't be able to train at 100%, even 80 or 70%. So we get these nutrients from our food, which facilitates our training and also helps us to recover, which is very important. And then there's this final cog of this little machine, and that is rest. Any sporting activity does require us to rest our muscle fibers afterwards. We need to rest to regain energy so that we're able to fill up these deposits, and so then the following day when we're training, we're at our best. So any athlete, any person who does sport, whether professionally or as an amateur, understands that they need to train, they need to eat well, and they also need to rest enough so that they can train again at their best. The sporting nutrition market has grown a lot. In terms of saturation, in terms of sales, from 2022 to 2030, it's predicted that there's going to be an 8% increase in sales every year. There's a growing awareness about the importance of diet and sports nutrition. And that's meant that the industry for food supplements has evolved a lot. There's been a lot of investment in innovation and development. New products have been developed, and these have adapted to market needs. It's not just food supplements market for athletes. They're also useful for people who want to take care of themselves, they want to take care of their well-being, people who want to improve their quality of life. So it's not just for sport. There are a lot of people, including people over the age of 60, who choose these supplements because they understand it can help them achieve their aims. Perhaps they want to have more energy. Maybe they want to take care of their joints. Maybe they don't want to lose muscle mass. There might be some periods where people need to recover after an operation. And there are a number of products here that can help us to feel better in those circumstances. So this is about an integral care which is provided by these products. So when we talk about sporting performance, whether you're a professional athlete or you just do sport for fun, or if you're training to run a particular race, it might be a competition. Now, what do you need? Well, you need to improve your times, to do things faster, or to run further, or to go faster, to be more precise, or to be stronger, in the case of sports that require strength. And so this sporting performance means that you want to beat your records, but you also want to achieve aims related to our own bodies. So with these three cogs that I talked about, that was training, eating the right food, and rest, what can we achieve with these three cogs? Well, we can achieve a lot of things. We can suffer less fatigue, or fatigue arrives later, which is very important for the athlete. We can reduce injuries. Certain nutrients and getting enough water are related to reducing injuries. And that's all related to these cogs. We can improve our energies, we can reduce cramps. And what's also important is to be able to recover faster. So after doing exercise, we need to do the right things, get the right nutrients, so that the following day or after a couple of days, we're as well as possible. So recovery is very important. So, what is the best diet for the athlete? Well, it needs to be adapted to the individual. We don't all have the same physiological characteristics. Age makes a difference. The type of sport we do makes a difference. There are some sports that require more of some nutrients than others. Things also change according to the climate where we're doing the sport. It depends on the time of year, depends on how professional we are in our sports. So the nutritional needs depend on the individual and the individual's aims. But today we're going to look at certain general concepts. We're going to look at certain nutrients and components that can help us regardless of these specific personal needs when we're looking for a very precise objective. So these are general recommendations and useful nutrients. So people who do sport, whether professionally or not, have to be careful with timing. So what do I mean by that? Well, we have to be careful what we do before training or before the competition, during the training or competition, and afterwards. So we have to be careful of these three times. The body needs to be able to absorb and use the right nutrients and components, which we can get from food supplements. So let's start by talking about before the sport, before the exercise. Well, there are two things that are important. just before doing exercise. So perhaps I'm going to go on a long walk. I'm going to walk in the mountains or something, the moment just before doing that. But then there's another point, which is the day-to-day process, this nutritional base that I'm going to build up over a number of days. In other words, this balanced diet that I need to have, not just because I do sport. I mean, this is something that we need to do in order to be healthy. So we should remember that the better the diet we have, the better the nutrients that we intake, the better our body will be prepared for doing this exercise. And as well as this essential nutritional base, there are a number of supplements that also help the body. It allows the body to do things better. The body will thank us. It will give us these nutrients for our joints, or specific supplements for oxidative damage. So we need these essential nutrients, a balanced diet. We need to eat the right food. We need a certain percentage of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. So the three main food bases. And there are a series of essential fats that the body needs. So a balanced diet is fundamental. We need to eat protein every day, as well as carbohydrates and fats. And there's also a number of vitamins and minerals we have to take. So these are micronutrients, and they regulate our metabolism. And if we don't have these essential vitamins and nutrients, we won't have healthy bones, we won't have healthy muscles, we won't be able to correctly absorb water and mineral salts. So these vitamins and minerals are also very important, they're necessary. And then we're going to see some examples when we look at the specific products. And then there are the other components, which give a bit of a help. So glucosamine, glutamine, and also adaptogen plants, which can refine and improve these benefits. So the macro and micronutrients are the base, and then there are other components, other supplements that give us an extra boost. And they can assure that this sporting performance is even better. So let's look at the various products of this lean and fit pack, and a few extra ones that we can look at in this world of sport and performance. So there's a set of supplements that are useful for these 3 times. In other words, before, during, and afterwards. So we're going to talk about these products in that order. Start with before, and then during, and then afterwards. So in before, we've got Right Start, Fibra, AMJ, glutamine, and Renouveau. So that gives you this nutritional base for the day-to-day process before the exercise. So that gives us a good nutritional base. Then we're going to look at what we need to take just before the exercise, which is Energy Go. And then we're going to look at recovery, ProTF. And then there's an extra for resting. This is another dose of glutamine and Renouveau. So let's take a look at these products. So, Right Start. It has this general nutritional base. So it has vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, Has trifactor formula, of course, which supports the immune system. And we're going to provide all the nutrients with this product. They give us all these fill-ins, all these nutrients that are very important. I'm talking a lot about this nutritional base, and that's really the basis for the body being as good as possible. Not just for doing sport, also for living a healthy day-to-day life and to ensure well-being. Now, some of the big components in Right Start are more important specifically for sport. So, for example, calcium and magnesium. These are a couple of minerals that help to maintain healthy bones. They also ensure that the muscles work properly, which obviously is very important in sport. There's iron, another mineral that helps us to reduce tiredness and fatigue. And there's the B complex vitamins, including B1, B2, B6, B12. These are a series of vitamins that help us to metabolize energy during normal functioning and also help the normal functioning of the nervous system. So they're very important for the body, and B complex vitamins are very important for health in general. They help us to metabolize energy for the body, and also they're very good for the nervous system. Then there's vitamin C, which is very well known, of course, has a great number of benefits. And in this case, it provides a lot of important benefits when it comes to the normal function of the immune system, and also protects cells against oxidative damage. Now, that's one of the downsides of sport. Obviously, sport has a lot of benefits, but the more sport we do, the more oxidative damage is caused. And so we need to compensate that with antioxidants. So this is a basic product. Vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, omega-3, and a number of plant extracts with a number of benefits. And but they help above all with oxidative damage. Now, Right Start is not included in the Lean and Fit pack, but I'm mentioning it because of its nutritional base. It's not within the pack, but within this general nutritional support in the Lean and Fit, the Lean and Fit pack, we have Fiber AMJ. Now, this product is very good for our joints, our bones, and our muscles. And this has a number of very important nutrients. Vitamin B6, which helps us to feel less tiredness and fatigue. This is something I mentioned in relation to iron as well. There's magnesium, which ensures that our muscles work well and maintains our bones in normal circumstances. Then there are another two components that are good for the joints, and that is boswellia and glucosamine. Glucosamine is a well-known substance. It's an aminosaccharide, and it plays a very important role in forming and repairing cartilage. Cartilage is what binds the bones together, and it's a very important structure when it comes to movement, because it binds muscles to bones during movement. The more physical exercise we do, the more the wear and tear on cartilage. So we want to reduce this wear and tear. And if we can do that, we'll have a better quality of life in the future. So the people who do exercise, it's very good to compensate this strong use of the joints. And so this product is great for preventing wear and tear, both for bones and muscles. So as well as Fiber AMJ, there's another product in this pack. It's called Glutamine Prime. This product has various amino acids, two that are very well known, glutamine, which helps our antioxidation, it helps to produce energy in the cells, and also helps to maintain our muscles. It's called glutamine, and that's related to glutamine, the amino acid, of course. It's a non-essential amino acid. Sometimes it's semi-essential. And glutamine is very important to our muscles, and it's very important to sport. It helps to form new tissues, it helps to regenerate. And it's very important for energy. It helps us to recover, which is so important when it comes to glycogen. These are carbohydrates that we lose through exercise. So it's a well-known amino acid in the world of sport. So this product has this extra quality that it has for life transfer factor, which is great for the immune system and is very important in the world of sport. So we've got Right Start as the nutritional base, we've got AMJ, glutamine, and now we're going to see how it's very important to take care of ourselves from a cognitive point of view. Renuvo provides a number of nutrients, a number of components that help with cognitive health. Now, people might think, oh, in sports, sports about physical stuff, isn't it? It's not about cognitive performance. But not exactly, because we need to be precise in sport. We need to be reactive. We need to be sharp mentally. We need to remember things, and these are all aspects that the athlete needs to be in control of. So it's not just physical skills; it's also mental skills. And so this product has adaptogenic plants, which help us to regulate the stress which occurs during sport. And it also provides a number of nutrients to combat oxidative damage and fatigue. And it's supported by for-life transfer factor for the immune system. So this is another basic product which helps the athlete to take care of this general balance in their day-to-day life, both in their in body and in mind. So we talked about the immune system from a general point of view. Now, I think we all understand that it's good to have a functional immune system. And for athletes, it's particularly important. Just think, we could be training to do a test for months and months, and then the day that the sporting test comes, we get a bad cold and we can't do it. That's awful, isn't it? It's disastrous. And And then we'll think, look at all these months of training that have just been for nothing. Sometimes everything hinges on one single day. And so this product modulates a number of systems. So the immune system is very, very important. A number of parameters of the immune system have been looked at, and they've seen how the immune system responds to stress. They looked at behaviors of certain hormones. Now, exercise is very important for helping to grow certain lymphocytes, monocytes, cytokines, immunoglobulin, all these things in our blood that are really assisted enormously by doing exercise. So exercise helps the immune system, but it's also true that the athlete really needs to take care of their immune system so that they don't get ill when there's a competition or when there's a race, so they need this extra effort for both. They need training and for the actual race or event. Now let's look at the nutrition during the exercise. So this needs to be personalized. Of course, some sports are last for a long time. Some are very short, like sprints. So according to how long you're going to be doing exercise, you'll need to decide what nutrients you want. There's some long distance running, for example, the runner doesn't just drink, but they also actually take some nutrients while they're running. So hydration during sport is very important. You need to recover the fluids that you lose through sweating. And there are also some supportive components, such as mineral salts, carbohydrates in liquids. And so there are, this is very important for sport. Now, this pack includes Energy Go. Energy Go provides water, provides very few calories, it's very tasty, and it also provides a number of nutrients that give us this extra push during exercise. It includes ingredients that give us caffeine. There are some vegetable extracts such as rhodiola, ginseng, yerba mate, and these help us with our cognitive activity. They help us to concentrate, they help us to be more attentive, and they help us to perform better, both physically and mentally. Often we get very tired, and these substances, they give us this extra energy. So we can really concentrate. They make us feel, I can do this. I'm going to do it. I can. They give us this extra motivational boost. And so the aim of these products is to help us to metabolize better, metabolize fats and glucose, so they give us better physical performance. They get more out of what we have, so including guarana, ginseng, so that gets more out of what we have in our bodies. So it helps us to better metabolize glucose, better adaptogen response to stress with ginseng, rhodiola. This helps us to concentrate. Ginseng, yerba mate, it helps us to concentrate. And it also helps us to recover. So we don't get too tired and we actually give up before we should. Or, sometimes, we want to make sure that we can do a training one day and that we can be recovered and able to go back and train again the next day. We don't want to be completely exhausted the next day. And then, of course, it helps. It's reinforced with folate transfer formula to support our immune system. Now let's look at afterwards. We've seen before, we've seen during. Now let's look at recovery after the exercise. Now, we need to recover our muscle fibers. Of course, physical exercise damages these muscle fibers and they need to recover. But we also need to recover our energy reserves. It's like we have a petrol tank or a tank of diesel, and when we do sport, it becomes empty. And when we finish the sport, we need to fill the tank again. It's the same with driving a car. If you want to go on the road again, we have to fill the tank. So the same thing occurs with the body. If you want to do sport again, or not just doing sport, just daily lives. If you want to work, be with the family, we need to walk. We need energy. So we need to recover that energy, and that's very important. So there are a number of tools which sports nutrition specialists have told us about. They say, look, after doing exercise, the body is very, very well prepared and really wants to recover. So let's say, now it's 8 o'clock, we've just gone on a jog or something. Between 8 and 9, that first hour after the exercise, the body is really well prepared to absorb the nutrients it needs. And it's in that hour that we need to drink water or hydrate ourselves. We need to intake good proteins that are easy to absorb, so quick foods with quick proteins, and also carbohydrates, which are also easy to absorb. So the body's like a sponge. We're like sponges in that first hour after exercise. We want to absorb good nutrients. So we have to be very careful what we eat and drink during this first hour. Now, this pack has Pro-TF for this recovery process. So we need a protein, as I said, that's easy to assimilate. It needs to be easy to digest. It includes a number of amino acids, both essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids, which are very important for repairing the muscles. And they also help us to recover from the muscular damage. Now, this amino acids also includes branched amino acids, which are very important in the world of sport. Isoleucine, leucine, and valine. They're included in these hydrolyzed proteins in the product. The athlete also needs to have low sugar products. So another benefit of this product is it's very low in sugar. So we have hydrolyzed proteins. We have proteins that are easy to assimilate and digest. We have a good balance of essential amino acids, branched amino acids, and we also have very little sugar and very little fat. It tastes really nice as well, and it's something you can have in the form of a milkshake, which is usually nice for after exercise. When we're really tired, exhausted, people usually prefer to drink something than to eat something. Well, not everyone. Some people who actually want to, put something in their mouth to chew, but most people, when they're tired, generally prefer to drink something. People usually prefer a shake to eating something solid. Now, we have, for every dose of the shake, we have 10 grams of protein, which is a very good amount to give us this extra boost after exercise. So here's a summary. These are the products that we've seen for the different times of day. The nutritional base, right start. So one sachet in the morning, and then Fiber AMJ, 1 capsule in the morning, Glutamine Prime, 2 capsules in the morning, and Renuvo, 2 capsules in the morning. Now, before exercise, so that we can give us this spark, we've got Energy Dose sticks. We have 1 sachet, and then just after sport, ProTF. We can have 2 spoonfuls, so we can get 2 times 10 grams, 20 grams of protein. And then when we want to rest, we have another dose of glutamine, 2 capsules, and then another 2 capsules of Renuvo. So this is a supplement plan for the athlete. So yeah, it's very important to eat well, and these supplements are important. And here's a few more tips. Now, before you do exercise, don't make your body work too hard. Don't make your digestive system work hard by having to digest things that are difficult to digest, spicy food, fatty food, because, you know, it's not good while you're doing sport for all of your energy to go to your stomach, because you need that energy for other functions of the exercise. So don't eat spicy or fatty or difficult to digest foods. It's also very important to consume liquids, and there are certain supplements that can help us to remain concentrated, to remain alert, and that includes caffeine. So during the exercise, now, it depends on how long we're doing exercise for. But if it's for a long time, you might need to drink, and sometimes if it's a very long period, we might need to eat something. So generally, it's better to be able to drink. So hydration is very important, and to absorb nutrients. Well, if it's a long period of exercise, it's good to be able to consume it in liquid form. Now, we don't want it to be something difficult for the stomach, because we don't want to have to use energy digesting a lot during the exercise. It has to be something simple. And then afterwards, it's this hour after exercise, which is really important. That's when we really need to recover. We need to drink water. We need to have a high biological value proteins that are easy to digest, ideally in a form of a shake that we can drink. And then, of course, there's the food. We want them to be low fat. We want them to be protein rich. And in this case, we need carbohydrates to recover this energy that was lost, and we need it in the form of glycogen. So let's look at these cogs again: training, nutrition, and rest. Now, you can't have any cog and rest. Now, if you train a lot, but you're eating badly and you're not sleeping enough, well, you're not going to be, at your best. Or if you sleep well, but I don't sleep enough and you don't train enough, it doesn't work either. You need to have these 3 cogs working so that it all fits together and works as well as possible. And you can, train at your best level. Now, the supplements help with your diet. Now, these 2 things fit well together. We need to have a good diet, and once we have this good diet, these supplements give us this extra boost, these extra benefits. And finally, FortLife recommends that we have a healthy lifestyle. We should do exercise, eat good food, we need to rest, and we need to have a good attitude in life as well, so that we can complete the circle and that we can take care of ourselves in as holistic a way as possible. So thank you very much, and see you soon.